Alright, in this video we'll be reviewing 40 questions on probability, probability distribution, Poisson distribution, normal distribution, binomial distribution. What is the probability of getting at least one head if three unbiased coins are tossed? Since the values of tosses that we have contains head, 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 and the only possible toss that we have there that does not contain head is tail, tail, tail. So this simply means that probability of at least one head is 7/8 because at least the head occurs in the three tosses of unbiased coins. So that's question number one. Question number two. In a box, there are 8 oranges, 7 white, and 6 blue balls. If a ball is picked up randomly, what's the probability of getting either orange or blue? Since it is neither orange nor blue, definitely it will be white. So the probability of white is 7/21. That's 1/3. Probability of selecting a bad egg is 0.035. Then the number of bad eggs will be the product of the number of eggs times the probability, and that's 14. If P is the probability of an event, the complement of P will be 1 minus P. Question number 5. The number of committee of 5 persons, including a chairperson. Since there is no repetition, the arrangement does not matter. Then this is regarded as combination. So 12 combination 5, that's 792. 2 dice are thrown simultaneously. So the probability of getting the sum of 7, the sum of 7 can only come in 1, 6, 6, 1, 2, 5, 5, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, and that's 6/36, which is 1/6. In a class, we have 30 students, 30% study Hindu, 45 maths. Hindu and maths is 15%. So this is a mutually inclusive event. So because it is mutually inclusive, we apply the formula and we have 3/5. Probability of drawing a black card. In a 52 decks of card, 26 are black, 26 are red. So definitely probability of black will be 26/52. Similarly, the probability of red too, which is 1/2. How many ways can a committee of 5 be formed from 8 men? This is a question on combination. That's 8 combination 5. That's 56. Now, the number of good pen that we have is 124. We subtract the bad one from the good one to have the good one, and then find the probability of the good pen. That's 31/36. 3 coins are tossed again. A is all faces are the same. B is more head than tail. Head, all faces are the same simply implies that we have head, 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 tail, 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 and that's 2/8. The other one we have head, head, tail, head, tail, head, tail, head, head, and that's 3/8. And since there's no relationship, this is mutually exclusive, then we have our final answer to be 5/8. Mutually exclusive simply means that their intersection is equals to 0. So we have our final answer to be 5/8. What's the probability of random arrangement of letters in the word university? Since I is reoccurring twice in the word university and it is stated that I should come together, then when I is representing just one word, the total number reduces to 9. Then since I is coming twice, then we have it to be 9 factorial over 10 factorial over 2. That's 1/5. So a committee of 6 is to be chosen. So we should focus our attention on the 6. Since 6 can be gotten from 3 different ways, we can have 3 plus 3 to be 6, 4 plus 2 to be 6, and 5 plus 1 to be 6. But the question already states that we must have at least 3 men and 2 women. So 5 and 1 is not taken into consideration. So therefore we have 10 combination 3 and 7 combination 3 plus the rest. We have answer to be 8610. The probability that a student demands rice is at an eatery is 0.25. So this is the probability of at most. At most simply means that we are adding at most 3. It must not be greater than 3, but it must be equal to 3. Do you understand? That's 0 to 3, and this is a Poisson distribution. So since it is Poisson, we have to look for our mean. Lambda equals NP. So apply the Poisson formula and insert the NP. That's 0.25 times 20, which is 5. So we add every values together. We have our final answer. So the arrangement that is not possible is CAA. We can have an alphabet reoccurring twice, but we can have it to occur just once. That's ABC, CBA, or BCA, but we can't have CAA. Now, an event is the set of an outcome from an experiment. We can have more than one. We can have two. One event, that's atomic event. We can have a lot of events, mutually exclusive, independent event. So those are events. An event is different from a sample space. You should note that. Which of the following is not true about probability? Probability can never be greater than 1, and it can be lesser than 0. You can't have 1.1 as the slightest answer. Similarly, you can't have -1 as the answer of probability. So this is a conditional probability of red giving green. So we apply the conditional probability red intersection green over probability of green. So we have 3/7. Now, question 19, the binomial distribution. That is it. A variable that can only take a finite value is discrete. We have discrete variable, we have continuous variable. So you should take note of continuous variable and the discrete variable. Now, an event which the occurrence of one does not affect the other. This independent event. So this we have OU, OU. So that's 11 factorial and divided by the weights that are repetitive in nature. Question number 23. The variance of binomial distribution is NPQ, while the standard deviation is the square root of NPQ. A selection from a number of things without regard for order. So in combination, we do not take into consideration the order. The order does not matter. We can write 1, 2, 3 as 3, 1, 2. We can also write it as 1, 3, 2. So the order does not matter. A coin is rolled 5 times. What's the probability of getting exactly 3 heads? So we use combination binomial distribution to solve this. Since it is a coin, P is 1/2, Q is also 1/2. So we have our final answer to be 0.3125. Sorry, the value of this should be, the other one should be 1/2 raised to power 2, not 2 raised to power 5. Question number 26. An ordered arrangement of objects is called permutation. So if a person invests in some amount in a viable business, probability of making profits is just S times the probability. So that is it. That's expectation. When a pair of events are both mutually exclusive, then their complement plus the probability must give us 1. So the probability of success plus failure must give us 1. So we have an expectation squared to be 225. We have to find the standard deviation. Just take the square root, we have it to be 15. If it rains, an umbrella salesman earns 200 naira. But if it brights, it loses 15 naira per day. What is the expectation? The expectation is we multiply the earning times the probability of when he loses. So that's 18 naira. What is a fair price to pay to enter a game in which one can win 3,000 with a probability of 0.25? So we multiply their respective probability with their amount and add them together. We have our answer. Probability of Samuel receiving a car is 500,000 naira. After graduating with a first class is 3/5. So similarly, the expectation of this will be 5,000 times 3/5. That's 300,000. A company shortlists 12 applicants. If there are only 5 vacant posts to fill, so we should take note of the 5 vacant posts that will be filled. So that will be 4 combination 3 times 8 combination 2. 8 is gotten from the remaining value, since they said 4 are men. If 4 are men, definitely we'll be having 8 left to be what? To be women. So we have 0.14. 3 out of 9 finalists in a West African beauty competition are Nigerians. If 2 winners are to be selected, find the probability of at least 1 will be in Nigeria. So we use binomial distribution to look for the probability of at least 1. We have 0.12. Now, when we talk about estimator, a good estimator must be consistent, it must be efficient, and it must not have what? It must lack bias. So that is it. Given a population consisting of numbers, how many possible numbers of size can 2 be obtained without replacement? That's 5 combination 2, that's 10. The mean mark of student in Math 106 is 58. Find the mean of the sampling. Now the mean mark is also the same thing as the mean of the sampling, so there is no solving in this. So the final answer for this is 58. Probability of selecting a king or a queen. We have 4 queen and we have 4 king, and all simply means addition. That's 0.15. If A and B are 2 events in a sample space, then conditional probability is given as this. So that is it. So you do the last one yourself. In a group of 2 men and 3 women, find the probability of choosing a woman. Thank you.